Let's talk about the Brucella species and their medical importances. So, Brucella species are actually a gram-negative bacteria, means that when we do gram staining, because of their high lipid content and low lip content of peptidoglycan, they cannot retain the purple color of crystal violet dye after decolorization. So here we have to use the counter stain known as safranin. Such gram-negative bacteria appears pink in color under microscope. Now these are gram-negative coccobacilli, means that these pink color bacteria are actually rod-shaped but the ends are rounded. That's why they are known as coccobacilli. Now there are number of Brucella species and they are named after a scientist, David Bruce. And he observed that Brucella species are very much small as they are 0.5 to 0.7 millimicrons in diameter. Now keep in mind that Brucella species, they don't possess capsule outside the cell wall, but they are motile as they possess flagella. Now Brucella species are responsible for a disease known as brucellosis, and these are zoonotic diseases, means that they can be transferred from animals into human beings, and this process of phenomena is known as zoonosis. Usually they are transmitted from animals into human beings by ingestion of contaminated food, by drinking unpasteurized milk, and even by direct contact of the animal with the human being. Now there are also chances of transmitting brucellosis from infected human beings to another human being. There are two ways. One is the horizontal way and the second one is the vertical transfer. Horizontal transfer is through sexual intercourse and vertical transfer is from mother to the baby, which is very much rare. Now Brucella species include number of species, but they are genetically similar to each other. They cause a disease known as brucellosis, but we can give them different names such as Malta fever, Banks disease, enzootic abortion or epizootic abortion, gastric fever or spontaneous abortions in animals. Now our main emphasis will be on human brucella because these are the symptoms can appear in workers working in the biomedical research lab while handling infected animals. Now the symptoms include fever, headache, arthralgia, night sweats, fatigue, and even anorexia. And the complications that may happen or lead to the extensive brucellosis is spondylitis, arthritis. It can affect the nervous system known as neurobrucellosis. It can affect the liver in the form of liver abscess, and even it can cause the inflammation of heart muscles known as endocarditis. हर साल 5 लाख पेशेंट्स ब्रूसेलोसिस में मुब्तला हो जाते हैं. Now Malta fever is the major health problem that had suffered by British troops in Malta, and this happened in 19th century and in early 20th century, जिसके ज़रिए 6,000 केसेस ब्रूसेलोसिस के रिपोर्ट हुए और 574 पेशेंट्स की डेथ हुई. 1905 में Zamit was a physician and he identified goat as a source of brucellosis in human beings. इसके अलावा 1897 में ई बैंक ने देखा कि Bacillus brucellosis species जिसमें abortus भी शामिल है, it leads to abortion in an animal that is cattle. Moller ने Brucella suis ovis nutum और canis को isolate किया from the infected pig's liver and spleen. Now in the lab we can identify human brucellosis via culture techniques. Either we will use blood culture or a selective media containing castanida medium and even from bone marrow. इसके अलावा हम serological test भी perform कर सकते हैं to identify Brucella species, that is through enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. Now here we have to follow a biosafety level, that is biosafety level practice 2 for Brucella species. If we talk about the treatment of this disease known as brucellosis, we have to take 6-week course of rifampicin or of gentamicin, doxycycline, that is twice a day.